Okay, so I'm just hiding my camera on my gimbal, so probably gonna have to leave in October. I've tried to do a few things here. Basically, the business I'm working for is failing, and it's quite obvious. You can tell that the tourists nobody's come back, and there was an expectation they would. They just haven't. And the reason for my understanding that nothing's going to change is that there was, I said that the Chinese aren't coming back, and the reply in the group message was, well, you're completely wrong there, because our business has always relied on Koreans and Taiwanese. And I got messages back from almost everybody saying, I don't know what this guy's talking about. We've had almost nothing but Chinese walk through, and a trickle of Koreans and Taiwanese, but they haven't committed to anything here, but it's been Chinese. And this guy just, I think, he's 75, so you start to get too old, and you can't really, I call it calcification, where the legacy systems remain in place no matter what, and you can only continue with mundane activities. So even his new idea is that the market is now oversaturated with these, and it's been exhausted. And so I'm sort of like thinking, oh, look at this. Can anyone see that blue and red light straight ahead? What is that? I wonder what that is. Big blue light, look at that. There's that light. Anyway, getting back to it, his new idea has already been overexhausted in the marketplace, and it's oversaturated now with products. At the same time, he says to make, we've got to tell our customers, well, they haven't really had they don't really have a mailing list. I had to fix it up. I found out there were like out of 600 entries, 90% of them were no good. But that was never respected. And so I was sort of, I think this guy's just like slinging mud on a wall and hoping that something will stick. And that's kind of sad. People want experiences now. They want immersion. They want more than just sitting in a classroom or even on a laptop. His idea was, well, they'll come to it and sit down in the classroom, then they'll go home and sit again at their computer in the classroom. Like, no, they want a breakup from that. Almost everybody I've met has said, we don't want that. We want something immersive. We want something fun, exciting, exhilarating for kids, And I said, well, Space Ninja School. And you know what? The reason I came up with this idea, I spoke to Chinese people about it. They said, this is brilliant. This is exactly what we wanted. And but no, he can't do it. I mean, you can do it, but it's got to be an innovative thinking pattern. If you don't have it, it's not going to happen. So I have to move on. The problem is that I can't afford Australia. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 3 months' time. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive or not. That's a bad thing, but you just don't know. But I'll tell you right now, people I've spoken to said my idea will work, because it's been the growth industry over the last 2 years in Southeast Asia, as it was 5 years ago in Japan. And as Japan goes, Southeast Asia copy, but they usually don't copy as well. They usually do that. Sorry, it's not that they don't do it as well. They do it in their own way, but it's always a few years later. This would have been a great seller across Southeast Asia, but some people are just too old to see the future, and they only look at the past. And he's probably been discussing it with other people that maybe did it 5-10 years ago, and he thinks, oh, that's a good idea now, when the market is overexhausted with that rubbish. And I even got messages from people who, after they got the group email, saying, oh my God, He really thinks that people want to come to a school, then go home and go to the school again. Kids are exhausted and tired because he demands they sit for 2 hours. Like, come on, it's 2025. Kids shouldn't be sitting for more than 15 minutes. But it's just what he does, you know. It's just, that's how he learnt. So, you know, that's sad, but I've lost a lot in last year. And, you know, it's just not worth going on. I wish there was something I could do. Wish there was some way out of this problem, but I just don't know if there is. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be even alive. I just don't know. Anyway, good people, I better go. I better get a Coke. I'm tired. Bye for now.